Section 2, as before, is broken down into 3 parts. Part 1. It's really important before we delve into building a success blueprint that you really do understand why it matters. That you put some value on it, because then of course you'll put the effort and the work into creating it. So that's where we're going to begin, why it matters, and really understanding what it offers you. Then we're going to get into part 2, which is where we're actually going to craft it. I'm going to craft your business blueprint, success blueprint. This is a lot of fun, this section. It allows you to dream and see where you want your business to go, what you want the future to look like, and how you're going to get there. Which then brings us nicely on to part 3, putting it into action. So this is your strategy. Okay, we're going to actually put the strategy together. So we understand why we've got to have our success blueprint. We actually craft the success blueprint, understanding where we're heading, why we're going there, and then ultimately it's exactly how we're going to do it, strategically, step by step. Let's go. So success blueprint, it's also known as the vision, mission and strategy section. Okay, this particular one is explaining why the success blueprint actually matters, so that you can get that straight in your head, and obviously then we can put the energy into actually developing the vision, mission and strategy. So why is this important? Well, what you and many others may be feeling is that the business has no real direction. You kind of do the day-to-day stuff, but it's about that long-term vision of things, and so you're not really sure on where you're going or how you're going to get there, and you can find that perhaps you're being pulled in different directions as well, and yeah, you can end up somewhere that you don't really want to be. So what you really want is to know where you're going, and well, basically why you're going there and how you're going to get there. So that's the primary objective of the vision, mission and the strategy side of things. The mistakes people make with this is just having real sort of vague plans, or perhaps even no plan at all. They're just meandering along with the day-to-day. And of course that can then lead to setting unattainable goals. So you might think, oh, we'll do 100 heat pump installs this year. Okay, great. How are you going to do that? Why are you going to do that? Why is that important to you? And what's the step-by-step actions you're going to take in order to make that happen? And so then you fail to meet those goals and targets, which can get really quite frustrating, or you get upset with it. And more to the point, you just feel you're not really getting anywhere. So a nice analogy really to sum this up is, if you simply want to get from A to B, your vision is that overall idea of getting from A to B. Okay, now so that's what's important. You need to know where you want to go to. Yeah, so to have that vision. Now the reality, of course, is that it's never as straightforward as that. There'll always be obstacles in the way. So your mission element is understanding that you need to get around these obstacles in order to get to the destination itself. The vision will guide you there. The mission will keep you on track. Now the analogy here is, imagine driving from A to B and you're using a satnav. Your satnav knows where you want to get to, okay, and it then deals with road closures, traffic, or what have you, and guides you, but it's relentless in its mission to get you to the final destination. Okay, hopefully that's making sense to you. So now imagine having a satnav that has no idea where it's going. Okay, and even if it did know where it was going, it had no idea of how to get there. Yeah, all you're going to end up with is obviously getting in your car and just being faced with things in the way an idea of how to actually get to the destination. Okay, so the vision aspect, you know where you're going to get to. Yeah, you're going to get from A to B. Your mission becomes that satnav that's going to guide you around all these objections, obstacles that are in the way in a relentless manner. That all that matters is you get to the final destination. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense, gives it some tangibility for you as to why it's so important to have this vision and mission all set out, laid out, and have a clear understanding of exactly what it is you need to do.
Now, this is a really powerful exercise that's designed to help you to create your own success blueprint. Now, I know this might feel a little out of the ordinary, and that's okay. You're not alone. Most people don't think about business in this way. But trust me, taking a few moments to reflect on where you're at and where you want to go can truly transform your results. So grab a pen, get comfortable, let's dive in. And feel free to pause or even re-watch certain sections as we go along so that you can complete this worksheet properly whilst I guide you step by step. So first of all, we're going to start by listing some of the business-related frustrations you might be experiencing right now. These are things that you feel are holding you back or causing unnecessary stress, especially if you've been feeling a bit stuck or unclear about the direction of your business. So think about times when you felt frustrated or when things just didn't seem to be moving forward. What's causing that feeling? It might be things like not having clear goals, feeling overwhelmed by too many tasks, or maybe even dealing with clients who aren't quite aligned with your vision. So go ahead and write down 3 frustrations that immediately come to mind. Don't worry about making it perfect. Just jot down the first things that you can think of for now. Remember, you can pause this video here if you need to take more time. Take as long as you need to really think through the answers before moving on. So if you've paused, welcome back. Now, let's turn those frustrations on their heads. Imagine if you could wave a magic wand and those frustrations were no longer there. What would success look like? What's the outcome you'd like to see instead of these frustrations? This part is all about visualizing your success. The desired outcomes are often the exact opposite of what's frustrating you right now. For example, if you've been frustrated by a lack of clear goals, maybe your desired outcome is having a solid, actionable plan for the next 6 months. Or if you've been feeling overwhelmed, your outcome could be finding balance and clarity in how you manage your time and workload. Write down what you want to achieve for each of these frustrations that you listed a moment ago. Imagine yourself in a place where those challenges no longer exist. What does that look like? Again, feel free to pause this video and take your time with this. You want to get as clear as possible about what you're actually aiming for. So hit pause now. Again, welcome back. Okay, let's take an honest look at what might have gone wrong in the past that's contributed to these frustrations. It's important not to be too hard on yourself here. We all make mistakes. The key is recognizing what those mistakes are so we can avoid making them again in the future. Sometimes it's something as simple as setting unrealistic goals, or maybe relying on vague plans. Maybe you even trusted that someone else would come up with a solution and that didn't quite pan out. Whatever it is, let's own it and move forward. So go ahead and list the mistakes you think have contributed to each of these frustrations. This isn't about pointing fingers. It's just about the clarity. Once you know what went wrong, you can start figuring out how to fix it. So once again, pause the video right now. Welcome back. Getting this down is a key step to building your success blueprint. So now you've gone through the worksheet, take a moment to step back and reflect. You've already done the hard part, identifying the frustrations, visualizing the solutions, and owning any past mistakes. This is the foundation of your success blueprint. It's the starting point for creating the kind of business and life you really want. By taking the time to complete this, you're already ahead of the game. Most people never take the time to stop and really think about what's holding them back, but you have, and that's going to make a massive difference. With this clarity, you can start building a solid plan to move forward with confidence. So before we wrap up, I want you to spend a few more minutes reflecting on your business's current direction. Where might it end up without a clear plan or success blueprint? Pretty scary stuff. So use the space on the worksheet to jot down your thoughts. This is the time to be honest with yourself and to envision what you really want. And that's it. Well done for taking the time to complete this worksheet. You've made a huge step forward in creating a solid success blueprint for your business. Keep this worksheet handy. It's a living document, something you can keep refining as you grow and adapt. The more you use it, the more it will work for you. Remember, success doesn't happen by accident. It's built with intention and clarity. So now you're equipped to start building the foundation for the next level of success in your business. And I can't wait to hear how you put this into action.
Once you've worked through your worksheet, I need you to remember that without a clearly defined vision and mission, it's like a satnav that doesn't know where it's going and doesn't know how to get there anyway. Very literally, it will take you nowhere. Okay, so in your business as well, without your vision and mission, you run the risk of getting absolutely nowhere. So what I need you to do is note down your initial thoughts on your long-term vision in order to create a direction for your business. And then in the next section, we're going to move on to crafting your vision and mission statements. Okay, let's crack on.